Hey guys, I'm here with Eldlich deck profile. I actually have two deck profiles for you that we're going to go through. One is this first one that you see, which is kind of a pure Eldlich, a little bit of a zombie world gimmick. If you don't know, there's an interaction with Zombie World and Rivalry of the Warlords. And basically, if you have both of them set up, your opponent, if they're not playing zombies, they just can't summon a monster. So it's really effective. I'm playing Trap Trick with that so that I can get to the rivalry, and then terraforming to get to the zombie world. But it's even if you don't get to your zombie world, rivalry is pretty good, and even if you don't get to your rivalry, zombie world is still pretty good as well. If your opponent needs cards of a specific type in their graveyard. But there's other options you can run too. I put together a side deck for this. Well, part of the side deck, I believe. I don't know if this is a full 15 or not. I think it is actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it is 15. So a full side deck. So if you want to put in anti-spell against Sky Striker or Cosmic Cyclones, you can. Or also if you want to Forbidden Droplets in or Chalice, however you want to play it. This deck is a little costly. As far as the extra deck, it doesn't really matter. We're playing extra, so I just put a whole deck together, but the only extra deck monsters you're using are going to be Juggernaut Lieb and Gustav Max. This deck is supposed to be more reliant on its main deck, and it's supposed to just grind out the games. The reason I'm playing 3 Eldlich is because we're playing pure. It just gives you another option if you have them in your hand to try to pop cards in your opponent's field. And the other thing is too, if they're playing DD Crow, Cycle Readers, which I doubt, but or Ice Dragon's Prison, they can get rid of. Well, if they're playing Ice Dragon's Prison and you're only playing 2 copies, if they get rid of both copies, you're dead in the water, and there's not a thing you can do. So I think playing 3 just helps against that interaction. But anyways, we'll go through the profile. It is 3 Golden Lords, 3 Zombie World, 3 Rivalry, 3 Skill Drain, 3 Conquistadors, 2 Aquero. Oh, also, by the way, Skill Drain is really good in this deck as well. 2 Golden Land Forever. That's your Omni Negate. 3 Scarlet Sanguines. I'd be surprised if this makes it past a ban list again. Not banned, but it probably will get limited or semi-limited. 2 Cursed Eldland, 1 Black Awakening, 1 White Destiny, 1 Terraforming, 3 Imperm, 1 Metaverse, which is also a way to get your zombie world on field. 3 Extravagance. This is just really good for digging to get the cards that you need, like whether it be Warlords or Zombie World or Skill Drain, just depending. And then 2 Solemn Strike, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 2 Trap Trick. Sometimes I like playing 2 copies because if you draw multiples, it's not very good. Most of the other cards, if you draw 2 copies, it's not too bad. Like even Imperm, I don't mind drawing 2, but drawing 2 strikes is not good. And we definitely don't want to draw multiple ogres or trap tricks, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty bad too because you can only activate 1 per turn. But that's going to round it out for our main deck. For extra deck, we're playing 1 Zombie Vampire. This is just, you can put any card here. I just like this card and wanted to see it on this deck profile, but you can't actually make this card. 3 Juggernaut Lieb, 3 Gustav Max, 2 Intis. I would probably just play 3 Intis instead of playing this. I just like this card, so I just wanted it in here. 2 Almirage, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Griffin. Like I said, it doesn't really matter, other than if you are playing Extravagance, you want multiple copies of each of these 2, because you don't want to get rid of every copy, because that can help you OTK. For the side deck, we have 2 Ice Dragon Prison, 1 extra Trap Trick, 3 Evenly Matched, 3 Cyclone, 3 Droplets, and 3 Fragrance. And that's pretty much it. There's not like any combos per se with this deck, but I'm not really going to go through and play a game because there's no like way to show you a combo, and every game is going to be different depending on who you're playing. But basically, if you're going first, you usually want to set up a skill drain or some kind of disruption, whether it be Solemn Strike, Imperm. You want your Scarlet Sanguine or way to get to it, which, you know, a lot of these banish to search. If you don't have a way to get to this, hopefully you'll have an Eldlich in hand, especially if you're going second, because it's a good disruption to be able to pop a card in your opponent's field. But usually a way to get to your zombie world or rivalry is really good going first, because this is basically going to lock them out going second, where they don't have very many options to play the game, unless they're playing spell and trap removal. But usually with this gimmick, people will side that in. So probably, you know, game 2, I would consider dropping these and playing your Trap Tricks, Ice Dragon's Prison, and spell removal, or just any of these choices that you want to go with. You can play Solemn Judgment too, but it does kind of hurt your ability to grind for a long period of time, especially if you're exposed to direct damage. So that's up to you. That's definitely an option as well. But that's all for this deck. The second deck is a little spicy as well. 1 second. I accidentally pulled this thing down, so it's blocking. There we go. So this is going to be Eldlich, not Emancipator, Amazement. And basically, they kind of mesh well together. Your Amazement offer really good interruptions, basically being able to Book of Moon on your opponent's turn, and then on your turn, you're able to banish your Amazement spell or traps, or I think it's traps specifically. Okay, yeah, so it's a trap. It's only traps. You can banish them from your graveyard and then pop cards on your opponent's field equal to the number of traps that you banished. And it's also just getting another body on field, which, you know, Eldlich usually is only going to get itself in some of these traps that aren't very strong. So I think that this definitely helps a little bit trying to go for game. The only thing to note that what doesn't really go well together is Scarlet Sanguine and your Amazement cards. So if you're trying to proc the effect of Arlecchino, you know, by special summoning yourself when a trap is activated, just make sure that you're doing that before you go into Scarlet Sanguine. Sanguine's not a counter trap, so you're not really going to have to worry about that. For example, if you have, let's say you have Solemn Strike set and Arlecchino and a Scarlet Sanguine set, I would wait for a monster effect from your opponent, hit him with Solemn Strike, and then chain your Arlecchino, and then you're free to do your Sanguine play. But it's just super strong. I'm also playing 3 Ice Dragon's Prison. But if you want to play those, you can play, you know, just any kind of disruptive trap that you want to. I do know that a lot of people don't play Golden Land Forever. But I would argue that it's really good at 2 or 3 because A, it's searchable, but it's a nice Omni Negate. And you don't really care if you have to tribute your Eldlich, because you can just get it back from the grave anytime you want. So super powerful. And I am kind of playing a larger package, not too big, but a decent sized package of Amazement cards. I'm not playing not the rank 4, but the level 4 monster, just because you don't really need it. But if you do let's say you open this and this, you can use this to set another trap on your opponent's turn. Or if you want to, you can just set it on your field and pop it with Eldlich as a target to, you know, get your Eldlich back, but either way, I think that this is I don't know, I think the other version might be a little better, to be honest, but I think this one's a lot more fun, but it also depends on what you're playing against. If it's a mirror match, then it's really good because like if you're playing another Eldlich deck, you can get your your opponent's Eldlich face down with your attraction whorehouse. And then that makes it hard for them to get off their trap interruptions. Well, as far as their golden land traps. But yeah, this deck's really fun. And yeah, I guess we'll do a game with this one. I'm not going to do the other one just because they're very similar, but I think I did a decent explanation of how to play both of them. But yeah, I'll just let's just do a bot because I don't want to. I feel like every time I do like I go onto an actual match, I'm playing against like based or something, which I just don't want to. I mean, this deck's not going to be able to compete with base, unfortunately. If you want to play an Eldlich deck profile that's going to compete with base, you need to do like Eldlich Synchro or like Eldlich DBE. But I wanted to do a more pure or more budget deck profiles for Eldlich because that's what people usually want to see. And yeah, you can get these decks for so cheap because they're all reprinted. Even the Golden Lord is like $5 for both. I think the all art is a little bit more expensive, maybe like 6 or 7, but just the regular artwork reprint is like $5 or $6. So let's do this. Go first. All right, so we're not going to get into Eldlich, but that's okay. That's kind of one of the problems with playing pure. Not that we need it, but having like a Scarlet Sanguine is pretty good. So you might even want to consider cutting 1 card and then going to 3 Cursed Eldlands just to give you more options. Let's see. Yeah, let's set that. We'll pass turn. Also, if you want another fun deck, Amazements by themselves are pretty good too. It's kind of like similar to Eldlich. If you're doing like a pure build, you're just playing a ton of like blowout traps, basically. And you can play Heavenly Sky Prison, I think it is. I'm gonna wait and see what he's playing first before. Okay, I kind of know what I want to do here. I need to proc this effect first before activating this, so we'll just go ahead and why did that not let me? That's it. I don't know why that didn't let me proc this effect. Let's see, I just need to get this off. Why is it not letting me get that effect off? I don't understand. That really doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Oh, it's because I can't activate monster effects. Makes sense. Yeah, I forgot. That's going to be super annoying to deal with. I forgot what this card even does. Even if we get this, it's not going to matter because we need Eldlich on the field, but we have no way to get Eldlich on the field. So this is just game. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. Will you please? Sorry about that, guys. We'll play another one, no worries. My computer's being really slow today. Not too bad of a hand. I would actually maybe slim down on the attraction hoarder houses because I feel like drawing these is terrible. You would maybe actually want to but I can pitch it with this to get this engraved. Let's see. Um, in phase. I think we're set up decently good. The good news is actually for this these attraction horror houses, you don't need to have your own amazement monster on board to use the Book of Moon, but if you want to negate one of your opponent's monsters, then you do have to have one on board. Yeah, we're gonna let that go through, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out so that when the time comes, I can negate something if I need to. No. No. We're gonna save that. Go ahead and banish this, get our Conquistador. I don't really care too much about the Book of Moon. With him only having this one monster on board, though, I am pretty worried that he's got like a Mirror Force set. Which is not too good. We do have. Okay, well, we do have a negate though, so I feel like we can just go ahead and attack. And if he's got something for us, okay, looks like we're good. No, he can go for that if he wants. I don't care. just literally ended the game for himself. Well, it's stupid computer, but hopefully that gives you an idea of how the deck's played. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you the amazements, but I'll just go through it just because I need to go ahead and wrap up so I can start getting ready for live stream tonight. But basically, as long as you have any trap set, your opponent doesn't have Inspector Border. Whenever you activate a trap card, it's kind of like Altergeist Multi-Faker. You get to special summon it from your hand. And on your opponent's turn, whenever or it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters whose turn it is, but whenever your opponent special summons a monster, I think, or normal summons a monster, you can equip one of the amaze traps from your deck to it, and then you can activate the effect of the trap, which is change the equip. For this one, for the Maze Warehouse, it's change the equip monster to face down fence position. For the other one, which is like Cycle Coaster, if it's equipped to your opponent's monster, which is by the Arcolino effect, then you can add an amazement monster from your deck to your hand, which is nice with this deck because you're constantly activating traps, so you get to special summon another one in the next turn. But if you do open these cards, like say you opened Horror House and Arcolino and like another trap, and let's say they activated a monster effect and you saw him strike that monster effect, well, then you could special summon Arcolino from your hand, assuming it doesn't get negated. And then what you could do is if they go for another monster, these traps have different effects depending on what it's equipped to, whether it's your monster or theirs. But for example, the Horror House, if you equip it to you, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects till the end of the turn, which is super strong. Unfortunately, it does target, but that serves pretty well against, like, say, an Alistair or something like that doesn't have target protection. Other than that, I hope that was informative for you. And you don't have to copy my deck, card for card, but hopefully it will give you some good options to play if you're looking to play the deck. But thanks for watching.